The B sample is back. And it is positive for Ostarine, as you guys can see, for Ryan Garcia's sample. The A sample, of course, was positive, and the B sample is also positive. So this is not a Dillian White situation. This is not a contaminated A sample and then a regular tested B sample that cleared the fact that the fighter didn't do that. Well, obviously, somewhere, Ostarine got in his system or in the test. And more than likely, here's the problem with this. Ryan Garcia, I think, talked too much. You know, you can assume whatever you want to assume about certain things. You can point fingers. You can blame it on somebody else. You can say like, oh man, I was set up. I mean, that may be true in some far-fetched thing. I mean, this is boxing, the sport that I love, that I hate so much. However, due to the fact that Ryan Garcia had already pretty much put a cushion on the fall that he was going to fall from, and that cushion was for him to land, him saying, well, I think the B sample is going to be also tainted. Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem that doesn't clear him. See, you could say, well, Kurt, if he was cheated, they wouldn't just put it in one, they would put it in two. And what's in the first one should be in the second one. But if you've seen yourself piss in two vials, A sample, B sample, and then someone goes in, and you know how they work, right? The samples are like this. Once you pee in it, they put a tape over it, and you initial it, okay? And then when you initial, just like any other place, then they put it up and then they send it off. Now, him saying, well, I know it's going to be in the B, that's one thing. Well, hey, if it's in one, it should be in the other. That's why he was saying that. But then again, it could also be because you knew. You also mean, well, I knew if I piss and I was dirty, it's going to be the same thing in the B sample, so people don't be alarmed when it does. That's what he's trying to do. That's that cushion. That's that mattress that he's laying down for himself, because he knows he's going to take a fall and people are going to look at him crazy. But I think the best thing to do is just deny it all. Like, man, I didn't do anything, like all of them do. It's like someone going to jail. Like, hey, you know what, man? I ain't do it. I'm innocent. You know how many times you heard that in jail? And then the crazy thing about that is we're seeing more and more people come out innocent, that they've actually been in jail a long time and put up with the shit in jail that everybody else did. So it's kind of hard for Ryan, because it's like, man, you were saying, you're pointing the finger at other people. Man, it got to be this and got to be that. It's like, okay, people gets tired of conspiracies. You know what I mean? It's just like, no one's getting held accountable. That's your sample. That's a golden boy card. Now you have to look at everything. That's a golden boy card. On that same card, we seen, I think his name was McNeely, I believe it was, beat Barbosa. And they gave it to Barbosa because it was a golden boy card. Barbosa is a golden boy fighter. So that's golden boy, and golden boy pretty much protects their own. So my thing is, my guess would be, if your sample was tainted with, golden boy had to know about it. If you want to get technical about it, it had to be a golden boy situation, not a Bill Haney and Victor Conti and all that stuff. See, that kind of thing there is, it's hard, because you're looking at Ryan saying, oh, well, I tested clear, and then I test the day before and then after. I'd have to be dumb. But then again, that's your alibi. I see him trying to defend himself, but then again, sometimes people, you can do things and say, what am I? Do I look that stupid to do that? Well, you would think if you weren't that stupid, you would think other people would be that stupid to believe that you wouldn't. Okay, so if you did something like that, you would say your alibi would be, or your excuse would be, man, I can't be that stupid because it was so blatant. So I don't really know. But That's when they caught him. Nobody said you took it then, but I don't know. See, it's difficult with these cases. Because with Ryan, he's been saying this and saying that, and his behavior didn't help him. And see, it goes right along with everything that he's been saying. Suck a dick, I'm a Christian. Suck a dick, I'll screw your mom, I'm a Christian. Jesus Christ, you know, you know, and it's almost like, okay, then mental illness. It's like, okay, is he acting that way because he's mentally unstable? Because he's been talking this for a while. We know he liked to party. He said, I drank every day. I did this every day. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you did a lot of stuff every day. So why couldn't you take drugs every day? Or, you know, or take drugs at all? You know, so that behavior didn't help Ryan. It didn't. It didn't help Ryan in this situation. And this is the biggest victory of his career. Not the biggest fight, the biggest victory. You know, his first fight was probably the biggest with Tank. But I think this did bigger than Tank, right? So anyway, this is the biggest, and he actually won. And then this has to happen. So it doesn't look good for Ryan. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You know, and that's the only snag that he has. What does it really mean, though? Nothing really. 6 months ain't really a big deal. They ain't finding these boxers like Paula Malignaggi suggested. Like I suggest, take half their purse and give it to the other fighter. The one that was clean. The one that did what they supposed to do or didn't get caught. Tested. Positive for nothing, right? Do that. Then people would really stop that. You wouldn't, I bet you wouldn't see a positive test anywhere. Because they know what's on the line. Screw the suspension. Because if you're making $10 million, $5 million a fight, hell, $2 million a fight, do you really care if you made $2 million in February? Do you really care if you're suspended for 6 months? No, you wouldn't care. And this man made $12 million. So that means he's probably bringing home about 6. You think he cares about a 6-month suspension? That's a vacation for him. He already likes to party. All you're doing is giving him leeway to go anywhere he wants to go. That's what they're doing. What they should really do is, if they're going to suspend someone, then he should be tested every week. And wherever the hell he is, so he has to inform whoever the agency, VADA, he has to inform them, hey, I'm in Hawaii, or I'm in Saudi Arabia, or I'm in Dubai, or I'm in New York, I'm in Chicago. They have to be they have to know where he's at all the time. So they can go, hey, now we need samples to see what you're doing for this 6 months that you got suspended while you made all this money, possibly to cheat to make all this money. He's going to make the money anyway, but to win, right? They're going to see, okay, let's see your consistency of how clean you are throughout this 6 months. And then after you get off that 6 months, we're going to still test you. You know what I mean? That's how they're supposed to do it, because they're telling you and informing you, hey, you are a liability and we don't trust you. So we got to test you all the time, every week. You're going to look like a heroin addict when we get through with you. That's what they should do. But what is it? But they don't do that. That's something they should do, but they don't. So Ryan's good. Ryan ain't worried about none of this at all. He ain't worried about this. He's chilling, drinking. I drink every day, bro. You know, I get drunk, slam somebody's wife. Praise God. What? That's Ryan. So there you go, people. He's not going to be stopped. Whatever big fight that he has brewing, that's what's going to happen. He didn't do it. He's sticking to it. Bars. And that's what it is. You guys tell me what you think about the B sample coming back positive on Ryan Garcia. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.